Patel, Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. Today's our topic is error analysis in the unit number 4, the performance of the feedback control system. So first of all, we know about what is the error analysis. So whenever we deal with the time response analysis, we can get the steady state error. As we discussed earlier, we have two types of response in the time response analysis. The first one is the transient response and the second one is the steady state response. Okay, so whenever the error generated in the steady state response, this type of error is known as the steady state error. So what is the steady state error? The steady state error is the difference between the input and the output of the system during the steady state. Okay, so for accuracy, we can take steady state error should be minimum. So we know that this is the actual equation E of s upon R of s, that is equal to 1 upon 1 plus G of s H of s. So we can write down the equation like this form: E of s that is equal to R of s upon 1 plus G of s into H of s. Now the steady state error of the system is obtained by the final value theorem. So what is the final value theorem? So equation of the final value theorem, ESS, that is the steady state error, that is equal to limit t tends to infinite e of t, that is equal to limit s tends to 0 s into e of s. Now put the value of e of s in this equation, we can get ESS is equal to limit s tends to 0 s into R of s upon 1 plus G of s into H of s. Now for the unity feedback, we can put H of s that is equal to 1. So the equation will become ESS that is equal to limit s tends to 0 s into R of s upon 1 plus G of s. So the steady state error depends on the input and the open loop transfer function. Okay, so which type of input is applied for this particular system and what is our open loop transfer function? Depending upon the value, we can get the value of the steady state error. Now, steady state error for different type of the system. Suppose we deal with the type 0 system and we can apply the unit step input. So for that we can consider the open loop transfer function and the equation of the open loop transfer function G of s into H of s, that is equal to k in the bracket 1 plus st1, 1 plus st2 continue, and in the denominator it will s raised to m 1 plus sta and in the another bracket 1 plus STB. This is my equation number 1. Now here we can apply the unit step input. So R of s that is equal to 1 by s. So we can get Kp that is equal to limit s tends to 0 G of s into H of s that is equal to k. Clear? So we can get steady state error ESS that is equal to 1 upon 1 plus Kp that is equal to 1 upon 1 plus K. So ESS is equal to 1 upon 1 plus K. So for the time 0 system, the static position error constant Kp is finite value. Now in the type 0 system with unit ramp input. So we can take the system equation same and we can change the input. So here the equation will be like this: Kv that is equal to limit s tends to 0 s into G of s H of s is equal to limit s tends to 0 s into k 1 plus st1, 1 plus st2 upon 1 plus sta, 1 plus stb that is equal to 0. Now here ESS that is equal to 1 upon kV that is equal to infinite. So we can get the steady state error is equal to infinite, and for unit parabolic input the equation will be Ka, that is equal to limit s tends to 0 s square g of s into h of s, that is equal to limit s tends to 0 s square k in the bracket 1 plus st1 1 plus st2 upon 1 plus sta 1 plus stb, that is equal to 0. Put s is equal to 0 in this equation, we can get ESS, that is equal to 1 by Ka. So the steady state error is equal to infinite. So for type 0, the conclusion is like that the steady state error is infinite for ramp and parabolic input function, and the ramp and parabolic input are not acceptable when we can consider the type 0 system. Now the next is if type 1 system is there with the unit step input. So the equation will be like this. Kp, that is equal to limit s tends to 0 g of s into h of s. Now put the value of g of s, h of s from this equation. We can get Kp, that is equal to infinite. So the value of the steady state error, that is equal to 1 upon 1 plus Kp. Kp is equal to infinite, so we can get the value 0. So steady state error ESS, that is equal to 0. Now type 1 system with unit ramp input. So Kv, that is equal to limit s tends to 0 s into g of s into h of s. Now put the value of g of s, h of s from the equation. We can get Kv, that is equal to k. So ESS is equal to 1 upon Kv, that is equal to 1 by k. So the equation of the steady state error ESS, that is equal to 1 upon k when the system will be type 1 and unit ramp input. Now the third option is type 1 system with parabolic input. So equation Ka, that is equal to limit s tends to 0 s square g of s into h of s. So put the value of g of s, h of s from this equation, we can get Ka, that is equal to 0. So the value of the steady state error ESS, that is equal to 1 by Ka, that is equal to infinite. So the value of steady state error, that is equal to infinite. Hence it is clear that for type 1 system, step input and ramp input are acceptable and the parabolic input is not acceptable. Now the third one is similarly we can find out for the type 2 system with the different input signal like unit step, unit ramp and the unit parabolic. So for type 2 system all three inputs are acceptable. So this is the summary for the steady state error for the different type of input applied for this particular system. So if the input signal is unit step input and the system will be type 0, the response will be 1 upon 1 plus k. For type 1 it is 0 and type 2 it is also 0. Now in the unit ramp input will be applied. For type 0 system we can get the infinite value. For type 1 system we can get 1 by k, and for type 2 system we can get 0. And for unit parabolic input in type 0 and type 1 we can get the steady state error infinite, and if for type 2 system we can get the value of the steady state error will be 1 by k. Okay, so this is the steady state error for the different types of input signal and the different types of system. Now next one is we can take one example and find out the different value of the peak time, peak overshoot, delay time for the settling time. So here a mechanical system is given. So in a mechanical system, when 2 Newton of the force is applied to the system and the mass oscillate as shown in the figure, shown in this diagram, determine the value of M, V and K for the system from the response curve, and the displacement is measured from the equivalent position. So in this example, one mechanical system is given when the force is applied 2 Newton and the displacement will be x. And three mechanical devices is connected: mass, spring and damper. Okay, and the response curve, that means the output curve is given in this left hand side diagram. So first of all, whenever the mechanical system is given, we can draw a free body diagram for this particular mechanical system. So the free body diagram for this system is, the displacement will be x. So x, we can put here one node as a x. Then we can connect the mass, spring and damper with the force, and the value of the force is 2 Newton. Now if we have to write down the differential equation for this particular free body diagram, so f of t, that is equal to m d square x upon dt square plus b dx plus dt upon dt plus kx. As we discussed in the chapter number 2, whenever we write down the differential equation for this mechanical system, with the mass we can put the double derivation, and with the friction we can put a single derivation. Now next step, as you already know, we can take the Laplace transform for this differential equation. So f of s, that is equal to m x square x of s plus b s x of s plus a x of s. Now f of s, that is equal to x of s is common, so in this bracket ms square plus bs plus k. So we can get x of s upon f of s, that is equal to 1 upon ms square plus bs plus k. So if we can write down the general form in the transfer function, output upon input, x of s upon f of s, that is equal to 1 by m upon s square plus b by m s plus k by m. This is my equation number 1. Now what is the standard second order equation? The standard second order equation will be c of s upon r of s, that is equal to omega n square upon s square 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. So this is my equation number 1 and this is my equation number 1, and the second one we have to compare the equation number 1 with the equation number 2. So we can get omega n square is equal to k by m. So the value of omega is equal to under root of k by m. This is my equation number 3. Now find out the value of zeta. So 2 zeta omega n s, that is equal to b by m. Okay. So s is cancel out. So zeta is equal to b upon m into 2 into omega n. But the value of the omega is under root of k by m. So put the value of the omega n in this equation. So zeta is equal to b by 2 into m under root of k by m. Simplify this equation, we can get b into under root of m upon 2 into m into under root of k. So the final equation of zeta, that is equal to b upon 2 under root of mk. This is my equation number 4. If we know about the value of m and k, we can easily find out the value of zeta and omega n. So for that, gain will be 1 by k using the diagram. So the equation of the gain, steady state value, that is equal to amplitude of the step input and the gain. Now what is the steady state value? So using this graph, response curve, we can find out the steady state value. So the value of the steady state is given in this curve and it is 0.095. That is equal to amplitude of the step input, it is 2 and gain will be 1 by k. So k is equal to 2 upon 0.095. So we can get k is equal to 210.53 Newton per meter. Okay, now next, from the figure number 2, they will given the maximum peak overshoot value, that is 0.0095 divided by 0.1. So we can get mp is equal to 0.095. So what is the equation? mp is equal to e raised to minus pi zeta upon under root of 1 minus zeta square. So 0.095, that is equal to e raised to minus pi zeta upon under root of 1 minus zeta square. So e raised to pi pi zeta upon under root of 1 minus zeta square, that is equal to 1 upon 0.095. So e raised to pi zeta upon under root of 1 minus zeta square, that is equal to 10.52. Now if we remove the term e raised to, we can take ln of this value. So zeta pi upon under root of 1 minus zeta square, that is equal to ln 10.52. This is the antilog. So we can get 2.3538. So zeta into 3.14 is equal to 2.3538 into under root of 1 minus zeta square. So zeta is equal to 0.749 into under root of 1 minus zeta square. Square both sides, we can get zeta square, that is equal to 0.561 in the bracket 1 minus zeta square. So zeta square bracket 1 plus 0.561, that is equal to 0.561. So zeta square is equal to 0.561 upon 1.561. So we can get zeta square is equal to 0.3596. So the final value of zeta will be 0.6. Okay, now the next is from figure 2. So you can see the second figure, response curve, and using this graph, what is the peak time? So peak time, whenever we get the maximum peak, so the time required to reach the maximum peak, it is known as the peak time. So here peak time is 2 seconds. So what is the equation of peak time? So the peak time Tp, that is equal to 2 seconds using the figure number 2, and the equation of Tp is pi upon omega d, that is equal to 2. So we can get 3.14 divided by omega n under root of 1 minus zeta square is equal to 2. So 3.14, that is equal to 2 into omega n into under root of 1 minus 0.6 raised to square. So omega n is equal to 3.14 upon 2 into under root of 1 minus 0.36. So omega n is equal to 3.14 upon 2 into 0.8. So we can get omega n is equal to 1.96 radian per second. Now find out the value of m and d. So m is equal to k upon omega n square, k is equal to 210.53 and omega is equal to 1.96. So we can get m is equal to 54.8 kg, and for b is equal to 2 zeta under root of m into k. So 2 into 0.6 into 54.8 into 21083 under root. So we can get v is equal to 128.89 Newton meter per second. So using the value of zeta and omega n, we can easily find out the value of the mechanical element like mass, spring and the damper. Thank you everyone. If anyone have doubt regarding this topic, you have to contact me in my email ID.